Let's look into this application problem. Okay, it deals with rational functions. The distance between city A and B is 500 km. The first train left A and headed towards B at the speed of 60 km per hour. The second train left B 3 hours after the first train left A, and it traveled with a speed of v kilometers per hour. The trains met t hours after the time at which the first train left A. Express v in terms of t and find the speed of v if t equals to 5. Okay, let me make a small sketch of this question, try to understand what's happening here. Let's say we have two cities, A and B, and let's say this is my city A and this is my city B, and they are 500 kilometers apart, right? So you say 500 kilometers in between, 500 kilometers, correct? Now it says the first train A left headed towards B at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, so first train from A leaves towards B and the speed is 60 kilometers per hour. The speed is 60 kilometers per hour. The second train left B 3 hours after. Okay, so if it left at t, then this train leaves at, let's say it leaves at time t, right? Then this train leaves at time t minus 3, right? After 3 hours. And with a speed of v, which is unknown, correct? So, and they met somewhere after the time at which, okay, so they met somewhere in between. Okay, so that's how it is. Now if both the trains meet somewhere after time t, let us say, then during that time, how much distance would they have covered in all? Total, they must have covered a distance of 500 kilometers, correct? Is that true? Because the total distance is 500. Okay, so that is the kind of situation we are in, and we need to express velocity of the second train in terms of time. Okay, so what we can do is, let's say that they meet after time t. Let us think like this. At t equals to 0, this train starts. And after time t, they meet somewhere in between. So in time t, how much distance will the first train travel? It will be 60t, right? So let's say distance traveled let's see the distance traveled by train A and B. By, let's say, train A in t hours. Will be how much? The velocity is 60, right? So therefore in t hours, train A will cover a distance of 60 times t. Is that okay? Now in those t hours, how much distance will train B cover? Remember, the train B started 3 hours after, so it actually traveled only for t minus 3 time, okay? And if the velocity is v, then the distance will be velocity into time. So it will be distance traveled by train B is, it actually traveled for t minus 3 hours, right? And with the velocity of v, so it is v times t minus 3. Is that okay? Because it took only t minus 3 to reach some point in between. Let's say that point is C, okay? So it took, this train traveled for t hours from here to here, and this train took t minus 3 hours. Total time is t here, right? We start at t equals to 0. Okay. Now, if you add these two distances, then how much should you get? That's 500, and that relates the two equations, right? So we get 60t plus v times t minus 3 equals to 500. Now, from this equation, we can express v in terms of t. Do you get it? Because v times t minus 3 is equals to 500 minus 60t. And from here, we can say v is equals to 500 minus 60t divided by t minus 3, right? Now here we have v in terms of time t. Do you get it? So that's our part A, correct? So we got velocity of the train B in terms of time t, and t is when the train A started. So what is t? T is the time when the train A started. Okay. Now how about part B? Find the speed v if t equals to 5. So we'll just plug in 5 here and find the velocity or speed of train B. So v equals to, so this is our part B, this is part A for us, we derived. So velocity is 500 minus 60, t equals to 5, right? So let's put t as 5 here, over 5 minus 3. So this is equals to 500 minus 6 times 5 is 30, 10 over 2, right? And that gives us 500 minus 300 is 200, 200 divided by 2 is 100. So what is the speed of train B? Therefore, speed of train B is 100 kilometers per hour. Don't forget to write the units, okay? Have a good look at it. So we have, so how did we do this question? First, try to make a sketch so that you understand the problem. These are two cities, A and B, 500 kilometers apart. And then train A starts. Let's say t equals to 0 when train A starts, right? And after 3 hours, train B starts. So actually t equals to 3 it starts, right? So total time, and they meet somewhere in between. Let's say t is the time when both of them meet, right? The trains met t hours after the time at which the first train left. So after t hours, both of them met. So strictly speaking, in t hours, train A traveled a distance of 60t, while B traveled a distance of v times t minus 3. Why minus 3? Because it started 3 hours late, right? So it only traveled for t minus 3 time, units of time, right? And total distance when they meet in this anywhere in between, the total distance will be 500 kilometers, right? This plus this is not going to change. Depending on the speed of v, the point at which they meet may vary, correct? Now, so we added the distances traveled by individual trains, equated it to 500, which was the total distance between the two cities. And from there, we simplified our equation and found velocity in terms of time, or speed in terms of time. Part B was find the speed of v if t equals to 5. So if the time which they take to meet somewhere in between is 5 hours, then what was the velocity of b? That is the question. So we found it by substituting t as 5 and then evaluating the expression, and we got 500 minus 60 into 5 divided by 5 minus 3 as 100, and that is the speed of train B, right? And was found to be 100 kilometers per hour. I hope you understand how to solve these kinds of problems now, right? So basically in all these problems, remember your triangle, distance, speed, time triangle, right? So always look into distance, speed and time triangle, okay? And get your equations and solve them out. Thank you.